so to start, you're going to need to print out the paper templates. You're also going to need 1mm and 5mm craft foam, a craft knife or X-Acto knife, and some glue. I use a contact cement glue. You're also going to need some Sharpies. Begin by cutting out the paper patterns. I'm going to say this a few times, but these foam buckles are meant for decoration and aesthetic, not actually meant for weight bearing, so, use your discretion. Make sure to cut out the slits on each of the buckle pieces as well. Once you have cut out the paper pattern pieces, go ahead and draw them out onto the foam. Make sure you label each piece correctly, and that you mark the cutting guides, those dots and lines you see on the paper patterns. Once this is done, you can start cutting out the foam pieces. Edges with line markers indicate that you need to cut away from the shape at about 45 degrees. This creates an extended face. Edges with dotted guides indicate that you need to cut into the shape at about 45 degrees. This creates an inverted face. Now I'm only going to show you how to make each type of buckle using the medium variant, but the build instructions are the same regardless of size. We're going to start with the backpack buckle. Align pieces 1B over the top of 1A like so. Apply glue to where 1B will sit on 1A. You can mark this area out with a marker. Once the glue is set, attach 1B to 1A. Do the same steps for 1C on the back side of 1A. The slit on 1C should line up with the bottom of the slit on the back of 1A. And here's just a quick idea of how I figured someone could attach a foam or elastic strap to each of these buckles, but however you want to do it is totally up to you. And there we go. There's your backpack buckle, ready to go for your next cosplay. Next, we're going to put together the quick release buckle. Align 2B and 2C like so, and then apply glue onto the back side of each of these two pieces as well as onto A, where 2B and 2C were sitting. Once the glue is set, combine these three pieces, making sure that 2B and C are aligned correctly. And again, here's how I would attach or at least loop through a strap. Now this belt buckle design is really cool and easy, and I hope you will love it as much as I do. I'd recommend you use either scissors or sandpaper or a Dremel to smooth out the belt loop after you cut it out, and each of the prongs, which will get you a more realistic look. Next, take your foam or leather strap or whatever you're going to use for a strap and glue around the flat end of the buckle like so. Next, take the other strap and guide it through the buckle and find out how far you want this other strap to go. Mark this area on the second strap as well as on the first strap. Then glue the second strap to the first strap. Now take the prongs and apply glue to one of the shorter ends, as well as on the second strap inside the buckle that we just glued down. Once the glue is set, press the prongs onto the second strap like so, trying to get them as centered as possible. Then flatten the prongs and the second strap against the belt buckle like so. Mark down where the prongs lay inside the belt buckle on the second strap, as well as where the belt buckle sits on the second strap like so. Apply glue to these areas on the strap, as well as on the bottom of the prongs and the bottom of the buckle where we'll be touching the second strap respectfully. Finally, press the strap into the buckle and prongs and you're good to start painting. If you're interested in making your foam look like weathered leather, take a look at the link up top. I do have a video on how to do that. Next, let's move on to the multi-directional buckle. We're going to glue 4C onto the back of the loop on 4A here. Once this is done, apply glue onto 4C, but only what can be seen within the loop of 4A. Then apply glue to the bottom face of 4D. To add a bit of extra detail, you may also want to use a Dremel or sandpaper to smooth out 4D so that it's more like a button. Once the glue is set, place 4D inside the loop of 4A and then onto 4C. Last thing to do is figure out which direction you want the other buckle head to point and glue that to the outside of the loop on 4A. Lastly, in the large category is the tri-directional quick release buckle. To make this design, you're going to follow pretty much the same process as the backpack buckle design with a few additions. Line up the two 3B pieces on the top of 3A on either end like so, and apply glue to both the bottom of the 3B pieces and where the 3Bs will sit on 3A. Once the glue is set, combine the three pieces. Follow the same steps for the two 3C pieces on the back side of 3A, making sure the slits line up. I would also recommend at this point either sanding or using scissors to cut off any overlapping or extended pieces to create a smoother finish. Finally, to add a bit of detail, glue pieces 3E here between each 3B piece, at the top of 3A here and here. One last little detail that are completely optional but would add a really cool sense of detail is using googly eyes of different sizes to add either rivets or screws to these buckles, adding to that idea that they were manufactured. And there we go, all the ways to make each type of my foam buckle patterns. I will again stress that these are meant as a cheaper and easy option for buckles that are meant for decoration, not really meant for actual weight bearing, but if you want to try that, go for it. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more cosplay content.